This weekend saw the release of two movies that couldn't be more different from one another. One's the story of a scientist who helped develop the atomic bomb. The other is about a doll getting to grips with the real world. Together, they lured record numbers back to cinemas, which have struggled to revive their businesses following the pandemic downturn. The coinciding release of Oppenheimer and Barbie sparked a battle for ticket sales. The contest, dubbed Barbenheimer, saw Barbie coming out top, raking in $337 million globally in its opening weekend. That was compared to a still very respectable $174 million for Oppenheimer. For more on this, let's bring in marketing expert Allison Stewart. Allison, have you had a chance to see the Barbie movie yet?
Yes, I have. I went on Saturday.
You went on Saturday. What did you make of it?
I absolutely loved it for so many reasons. It's pure escape. It brings me back to my childhood, playing with a Barbie doll. But it's also actually much deeper and more of almost a social commentary, if you can believe it. You know, I think a lot of people will think, how can a movie like this actually be deep and meaningful? But in fact, it's quite interesting, without giving away too much to viewers. It's interesting in the way it analyzes where women are in society today. And I think you can draw a lot of parallels between the plot line of this movie and professional women or women from all sorts of backgrounds who are trying to perhaps gain even more equality in a number of domains.
Yeah, because I really wonder about that, because Barbie's marketing team have managed to sustain interest in this brand for so many years, even despite a lot of criticism of this doll promoting a really unrealistic expectation for how women should look. How have they achieved that?
Well, interestingly, and I don't know that a lot of people know this, so there are several versions of Barbie around the globe, different body shapes, different skin colors, different races. So actually, Barbie's much more inclusive today than she's ever been because of these different extensions of the Barbie brand and different dolls still called Barbie. So it isn't only the tall, blonde, long-haired Barbie. There are now many other versions of her. So I think that's great.
Now, this movie has been a box office sensation, but it's also a real masterclass in product placement, isn't it? How have the team done that?
Well, a number of ways. Number one, you could say that the whole film is a vehicle for Mattel to promote Barbie, which in effect it is. So the film itself, you could say, is one big product placement device. However, there's a lot of other brands that feature, not least Chevrolet, lots of other products and brands that viewers will recognize, not just American viewers, by the way, but viewers around the world. And so, you know, this brand Barbie is roughly 60 years old, a little older. But to make Barbie relevant, they've done a number of tie-ins with other global brands, to make this movie maybe a little more commercially viable, probably for Mattel and for the production, and by magnifying the marketing opportunities. Because as soon as you bring in another partner and another brand, you have their platform for promoting this as well as your own, which is Mattel's. So in one way, this is a very clever marketing approach. It opens up another channel, if you like, for Mattel. Now, Mattel, this isn't new for Mattel. They've already done films featuring their other intellectual properties, such as Hot Wheels and Rock'em Sock'em Robot. So, you know, no doubt Mattel are looking at what else they could do with the other toys in their portfolio and recreate this idea, this template.
Now, this weekend was a really great one for movie theatres, with a very different film, Oppenheimer, also having a big opening. Do you think this could spell a longer-term resurgence for the cinema business, which has really been badly hit during the pandemic?
Yes, it certainly has been badly hit. And I think two films like this certainly are encouraging ordinary moviegoers who haven't been for a while to go, and hopefully also encouraging people that rarely go to the movie theater to go. So there are a lot of ways to prime demand, but the key way is by providing fantastic content in the form of the film. And, you know, these two films, Barbieheimer, as this weekend was supposedly called, is a fantastic sort of example for cinema operators, but also for the studios themselves, to realize that a fantastic movie will, with great marketing, by the way, and merch, will do quite a lot to lure people back into the screens.
But this great content that we're talking about is being produced by people who feel their jobs are at risk from AI. What do you think these writer strikes we're seeing, what effect will they have on the industry?
Well, I think until these disputes are settled, we're going to have a lot of productions that are on ice. And, you know, if I were in the creative industry, if I were someone in front of the screen or in front of the camera, and my likeness and my voice could be used without really me being there and filming that particular piece of theater or drama, that would really worry me. And similarly, as a writer, if I could be replaced by a computer program or an algorithm, that too would make me very worried. So I guess the question is, at what point do we control AI? And at what point do we need the human value added that we naturally bring to the arts? And I think as a creative person myself who creates solutions for my own clients and CEOs all over the world, if I were going to be replaced by AI, I too would be very concerned.
You and me both. Allison Stewart, Alan, thank you very much.
Thank you.